Welcome to Calcutta Races Autumn Meeting, 4th day, Saturday, 23rd November 2019, first classic of the season. The Calcutta 1000 Guineas race preview for the entire day. First race will be the Liberty Handicap to be run over a distance of 1100 meters for horses in class 5. We're looking at number 1, Scorpion Queen. Scorpion Queen's last outing was this season in race number 8 over 1200 meters, where Scorpion Queen led till about the distance post and then faded away and finished on 4th. Also in the same race, we had number 2, Bambini Festa, who finished right at the back end of the field to finish on 12th out of 12 runners. Also in the same race, we had number 4, Asmita, who finished on 11th, one ahead. Number 9, SHANAYAA'S Pet, who finished one ahead to finish on 10th. And number 12, My Lady Luck, who finished on 9th. And the winner of that race was Artist Royal. Number 3 will be Sorbonne. Sorbonne's last outing was in the monsoon meeting in race number 90 over 1100 meters, where Sorbonne finished a far away 7th, almost detached from the field, and the winner of that race was Tia Queen. Number 5, we're looking at Celerino. One start this season in race number 2 over 1100 meters, where Celerino finished on 9th. Also in the same race, we had number 8, DAKSHESH, who finished one behind to finish on 10th. Number 10, Knight's Gambit, who got on board after leading the way and finished on 3rd after much efforts. Number 11, that's the 6 Seal, who finished right at the back end to finish on 13th. And number 13, Rolly Polly, who finished one behind to finish right at the tail end to finish on 14th. The winner of that race was Sharavati. Number 6, we're looking at Swan Light, Declaration of War of Lumiere Blanc, last outing being over 1200 meters in race number 117 in the monsoon meeting, where Swan Light led till the distance post and then was overtaken on the outside, and Swan Light settled for 4th position, and the winner of that race was Nandish, this time being ridden by jockey Y.S. Srinath, is Swan Light. Number 7, we're looking at BUDDYHOLLY. BUDDYHOLLY's had one start this season in race number 3 over 1400 meters, where BUDDYHOLLY travelled 9 till it turned for home and gradually gained 1 place and finished on 8th eventually. And the winner of that race was Modification, who won it by 4.5 lengths. Number 14, we're looking at Havana Grey, last outing being over 1400 meters in race number 81, where Havana Grey was travelling 7 till it turned for home, gradually gained a couple of places and finished on 5th after much efforts. Winner of that race was Gramercy Park, a runaway winner that day, won it by 6 lengths. We move on to the second race, which will be the Colombiana Handicap to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. We're looking at number 1, Shivai. Shivai's last outing was over a mile in the monsoon meeting in race number 115, where Shivai made it a pillar-to-post victory, did shift out from the straight course in the final stages, but managed to hold on and won it impressively by 4.25 lengths by beating Cool Conqueror. Number 2, we are looking at Optimum. Optimum's had one start this autumn meeting in race number 10 over 1100 meters, where Optimum travelled 3rd till it turned for home and then dropped back towards the rail side was Optimum and finished on 6th. Also in the same race, we had number 4, Christiana, who finished one ahead to finish on 5th, and the winner of that race was Hukumat. Number 3, we're looking at Sharavati, new famous out of Chitralekha. The last outing was in race number 2, this autumn meeting in over 1100 meters, and what a start that was of the season for Sharavati. Travelled second till it turned for home, and then gradually gained places on towards the rail side, and went on to hold on and win that race by a nose from San Remo. Number 5, we're looking at Hurricane Storm. One start this autumn meeting in race number 8 over 1200 meters, where Hurricane Storm travelled third till it turned for home and then dropped back 2 places and finished on 5th after much efforts. Winner of that race was Artiste Royale, who won it by 2.5 lengths. Number 6 will be Mrs. Willy-Nilly. One start this autumn meeting over 1400 meters in race number 21, where Mrs. Willy-Nilly travelled 7 till it turned for home and then dropped back further and finished right at the back end to finish on 11th out of 11 runners. Winner of that race was Communique. Number 7 will be Utaka. One start this autumn meeting in race number 7 over 1200 meters, where Utaka finished on 7th after much efforts out of 14 runners, and the winner of that race was Vieraggio, an impressive winner that day, won it by 2.25 lengths. We move on to the third race, which will be the Cameron Handicap, to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. Number 1 will be Dilmange Mo, Samedara Bold and Classy. Just had 2 starts this autumn meeting, finished second in its first start, and last start in race number 9 over 1200 meters was ridden by jockey P.S. Chauhan. Came up with a lightning run down in the centre and went on to win that race by beating Across the Sea by 4.25 lengths. Also in the same race, we had number 3 Appalachi, who finished towards the back end to finish on 9th. Number 2 will be Novikov. Novikov's last outing was over 1200 meters in the monsoon meeting in race number 74, where Novikov travelled 4th till it turned for home and then gradually gained places down in the centre and came up with a strong run and went on to win it by beating Kapi Nocturne by a length and 3/4. Number 4 will be Astoria. It's had 4 starts in the monsoon meeting, won its first 2 starts and then fend off Bode in its last 2 starts. Last one being in race number 96 over 1100 meters in the monsoon meeting, where Astoria finished on 7th out of 11 runners. Winner of that race was stablemate, the Straddle. Number 5 will be Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox's last outing was in race number 84 in the monsoon meeting over 1200 meters, where Mr. Fox finished on 5th after much efforts, and the winner of that race is Tough Enough. Came up with a strong run down in the centre and blew them all away, won it by 3.5 lengths. Number 6 will be Script. What's the Script out of Shenlika? The last outing was over 1400 meters in the monsoon meeting in race number 110, where Script travelled 2nd till it turned for home and then dropped back 2 places and finished on 4th eventually. And the winner of that race was Whispering Grass, an impressive winner that day. Number 7 will be Diamond Harbour. Diamond Harbour's last outing was over 7 furlongs in the monsoon meeting in race number 109, where Diamond Harbour travelled 5th till it turned for home and remained in that spot. And the winner of that race was Big Star, won it impressively that day by 4 lengths. We move on to the 4th race, which will be the Touch of Silver Cup, to be run over a distance of 1200 meters for horses in Class 1. Number 1, we're looking at Sweet Music. Sweet Music's last outing was in the Calcutta cold weather season 2018-19 in race number 188 over 1600 meters, where Sweet Music travelled 7 till it turned for home dropped back 1 place to finish on 8th eventually. And the winner of that race is Catman, now running after a very long layoff is Sweet Music. Number 2 will be Exodus. Exodus has had one start this autumn meeting in race number 12 over 1400 meters, where Exodus finished right at the back end to finish on 11th out of 11 runners. Also in the same race, we had number 3 Capricious, who finished on 4th, an eye-catching 4th by Capricious, who is now being ridden by P.S. Chauhan. And the eventual winner of that race was Brainstorm, who won it by a length and a half. Number 4, we're looking at Brahmachari. Brahmachari's last outing was in the monsoon meeting in race number 113 over 1200 meters, where Brahmachari finished on 5th after much efforts. Also in the same race, we had number 5 Kramer, who finished 1 ahead to finish on 4th, and number 6 Perpetual Winning, who lost that by a short head and finished on 2nd, and the winner of that race was Amorous White. Number 7 will be Sniper, King Dakar Zealous. Last outing was over 2,000 meters in the monsoon meeting in race number 98, where Sniper led all the way and dropped back and finished on 3rd eventually was Sniper, and the winner of that race was Cold Frontier. We move on to the 5th race, which will be the Romantic Notes Handicap. We're looking at number 2, Jos Arazana de Sprungly. One start this season over a mile in race number 13, where Jos led till the distance post and then faded back and finished on 7th. Also in the same race, we had number 4 Drogo, who managed to get on board and finished on 3rd after much efforts. Also in the same race, we had number 6 Summerhill, who finished 1 behind to finish on 4th. And the winner of that race was Kaiden, who got that in a pillar-to-post victory and won it by 3/4 of a length. Number 3, we're looking at Devotion. Devotion's last outing was very impressive in the monsoon meeting over 2,000 meters in race number 102, where Devotion made it a pillar-to-post victory and went on to win that race impressively by beating 7 Step by 2 lengths. Number 5 will be Apna Tamayaga. One start this autumn meeting in race number 5 over 1400 meters, where Apna Tamayaga travelled 4th till it turned firm, dropped back 1 place to finish on 5th eventually. And the winner of that race was Valeria. Came up with a very strong run down in the centre and went on to win that race by a length and 3/4. Number 7, we're looking at Murakami. Declaration Award of Fame Star. One start, and that was in the monsoon meeting in race number 27 over a mile. And what a start that was for Murakami. Travelled 2nd till it turned for home, gradually gained place and finished on as the winner by beating 7 Step, stablemate by 2 1/4 lengths. Number 8 will be Stellanova, Chevalier out of Star Pride. One start this autumn meeting over 1400 meters in race number 20, where Stellanova travelled 6th till it turned for home, gradually gained a couple of places, travelled very wide of the track and finished on 4th. And the winner of that race was Glorious Leaps, who got that race by a nose. Number 9 will be Eastern Crown, Knights Tour out of Second City. Last outing was over 1400 meters in the monsoon meeting in race number 110, where Eastern Crown led till the distance post and then was eventually overtaken on the outside by a couple of runners, and Eastern Crown finished on 3rd, and the winner of that race was Whispering Grass. We now move on to the first classic of the season, the Calcutta 1000 Guineas 2019 Grade 3 for Indian fillies 3 years old only, to be run over a metric mile, 1600 meters. Number 2 will be Fancoat. Fancoat's had one start in race number 4 this autumn meeting over 1400 meters. Fancoat travelled 4th till it turned firm and then gradually gained 1 place down in the centre of the track and finished on 3rd after a couple of reminders in the final stages. And the winner of that race was Alpharats. Number 3, we're looking at Incendio, winning legend out of Angel's Glory. One start this autumn meeting in race number 5 over 1400 meters, where Incendio travelled 2nd till it turned firm and then dropped back 1 place and finally finished on 3rd. Also in the same race, we had number 7, Valeria, winning legend out of Integral, who was the eventual winner of that race and went on to win that by beating Top Notch by a length and 3/4. Number 4 will be Izzy. Izzy's had 3 starts in the monsoon meeting, won its first start and then went on to win the Calcutta Fillies Trial Stakes and was unlucky in the Calcutta Monsoon Derby, which was its last start over 2,000 meters in race number 99, where Izzy finished on 4th and now been ridden by Suraj Neredu in the Calcutta 1,000 guineas is Izzy. Number 5 will be Louboutin. Louboutin's last outing was in race number 97 in the monsoon meeting over a mile, where Louboutin finished on 2nd, 5.5 lengths behind the winner, who was Kaiden, was also a contender in the Calcutta Fillies, where she finished on 5th. Number 6 will be Rosina. Speaking of which, out of Roses in Bloom, ran 3rd in the Calcutta Fillies Trial Stakes and finished on 6th in the Calcutta Monsoon Derby. And now 1 start this autumn meeting over a mile in race number 13 and was quite unlucky. Just couldn't catch on to the leader and just finished on 2nd, 3/4 of a length behind the winner. That was Kaiden. Number 8 will be Valeristal, multi-dimensional out of Romantic. 1 start this autumn meeting in race number 9 over 1,200 meters, where Valeristal led till the distance post and eventually was overtaken on the outside by a few runners, and Valeristal settled for 4th spot, and the winner of that race was Dilmange Mo. We move on to the 7th and last race of the day, which will be the Star Angel Handicap to be run over a distance of 1,600 meters. Number 1 will be Rustler. Rustler's had 1 start this autumn meeting in race number 10 over 1,100 meters, where Rustler finished right at the back end to finish on 9th out of 9 runners. Winner of that race was Hukumat. Number 2 will be DUCHAMP, multi-dimensional at a reflected glory. Last outing over 1,400 meters in race number 103 in the monsoon meeting, where DUCHAMP finished on 5th after much efforts. Winner of that race was Demonstrate. Came out with a real rattle towards the stand side and went on to win that race by 4 lengths. Number 3 will be Bang Bang, starting out of Ballad of Glory. 1 start this autumn meeting in race number 7 over 1,200 meters, where Bang Bang travelled 10th till it turned firm and then gradually gained places towards the stand side and managed to cling on and get on board and finished on 3rd for the money. And the winner of that race was Valeria. And also in the same race, we had number 5, ABHYA GAMA, who finished right at the back end to finish on 9th, with being a short price that day. Number 6 was Caledonia, winning legend out of Silver Profile. 1 start this autumn meeting in race number 14 over a mile, where Caledonia finished on 8th out of much efforts. Winner of that race was stablemate Monte Cassino. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, will be number 7, Star of Hollywood, and number 8, Abenaki, both having been run together this autumn meeting in race number 3, where Star of Hollywood finished on 2nd after much efforts, 4.5 lengths behind the winner. That was Modification. And number 8, Abenaki, finished on 6th out of 10 runners. And that'll be the preview for the first classic of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your time and hope to see you for a cracking day of racing at the Royal Calcutta Turf Club tomorrow afternoon.